the 1986 Miss Teen Canada pageant in stereo, Monday, March 3rd at 8:30.
Hog on.
That's it.
Bang, and it's off.
The first thing that you notice is that they have a smaller head. They're usually more cylindrical, wider. The males are deeper, and they usually don't have that bright red stripe down the side.
I'm just going to let this one go, Italo. It's just he wants to go.
Viewing this aerial cavalcade is truly breathtaking. It's at this time that the angler realizes catching a fish is a bonus. Atop 6,000 feet, the Rockies show their age, beauty, and solitude. The majestic imagery that Western Canada is known for. Helicopter sport fishing is the most unbelievable angling adventure of a lifetime. The helicopter can place you on the shore of a remote trout-filled pool, so clear the fish seem suspended in the air, or at the edge of a rocky riffle swarming with steelhead. A Jet Ranger helicopter stays with you throughout the day as your companion. A modern-day flying carpet that whisks you to a series of fish-filled rivers and lakes.
Jeez, that fish just takes off. You know they're healthy. You know, realistically, we've been out about 3 hours. We just come in right over the mountains, and you come into this river system. The Steelhead River is about a half an hour from the lodge, and we just came out here and dropped from spot to spot, and it is a bonus. You can't believe the feeling flying down over 600 feet onto a river and catching steelhead like this, and that's a bonus. And anyone, if you want to enjoy it, you'll have it for memories and years to come.
This is just gives you an idea, just a little bit of what the strip is like. If you'd like to come and enjoy this type of fishing in British Columbia, contact Tourism BC, or if you'd like to come on this particular trip with the fly-in, with the helicopter service, contact Nemo Bay Resort. Craig Murray is the owner, and Pete Barrett is the pilot that's bringing us to all these great fishing spots. We hope that you've enjoyed this show. From both of us, good fishing.
Conserve our waters, and we'll see you next week.
Hawk races a determined reporter in an intense search for the source of dirty heroin. Avery Brooks stars in a gripping episode of A Man Called Hawk tonight at 9. Then at 10, Saul Rubinek stars in the debut of Men, a new drama series about 4 buddies in Baltimore. Tonight on CFTO TV. This is CFTO TV in stereo, Channel 9 in Toronto, Cable 8.
CFTO News monitors the world and summarizes the day's events with incisive and straightforward reporting.
And CFTO News delivers the news, sports, weather, and business information you need.
World Beat News, weeknights at 6:30 on CFTO.
This is CFTO TV in stereo, Channel 9 in Toronto, Cable 8.
Hello again, everybody. Here in Dunedin with the Blue Jays, I'm Don Chevrier with Fergie Oliver and Tony Kubek.
And I'm Dave Van Horn in West Palm Beach with the Expos.
Tony will have a special report for us today. Fergie will check out the infield. I'll look at the outfield, plus a chat with the manager, Jimmy Williams.
Manager Buck Rogers is still waiting for a couple of pitchers to nail down the middle relief roles. And other than the left-hand hitting Tom Foley, the second base situation is still up in the air. We'll have that and more coming up.
Jimmy, tranquility prevails here, and it's hard to believe we're halfway through training camp, but so far so good for the Blue Jays. Would you agree?
Yeah, we played very well. I think maybe more important than that is we're healthy. We really don't have any injuries to speak of, and that's a big plus for us, for any ball club, getting close to that season opener, and there's a good feeling in our ball club, as you mentioned.
Do you still plan to go with 5 outfielders? Is that your goal?
Well, I think it's best for our club to think along those lines. You can't expect Bell, Mosby, Barfield to play every inning of every ball game, and certainly Rob Ducey's in the running, to say the least, and Kevin Batiste and Junior Felix, if we don't go out and make a trade and get another more experienced outfielder, 4th or 5th outfielder, that 2 of those players are going to make our ball club.
You mentioned Junior Felix. Would he be among the most impressive youngsters that you've seen here this spring?
Yeah, really his first major league camp. He was with us for a short while last year, but certainly he has performed exceptionally well as a leadoff hitter, as a base runner, and certainly he's played very well in the outfield. He throws very good too.
Your optimism level personally seems very high this spring. I think it's warranted too with the kind of talent you've got.
Well, just the physical talent certainly is here, and I think from a mental standpoint and the way those players are executing and controlled intensity and concentration, I think are big pluses, which really makes me feel good, the coaches feel good, and I'm certain the players too.
All right, Jimmy, thank you. Now let's check in with Dave Van Horn and Buck Rogers of the Expo camp.
Chevy, at this stage of spring training, most managers have got a major concern, and they've usually had a pleasant surprise by now. Buck Rogers, major concern.
Well, I think we all got to be concerned over the Pascual Perez thing, Dave, and we can't really make our plans up for sure until we find out or get a decision from the commissioner. And one step further than that, some of the people that are in our starting rotation plans also will eventually be in our bullpen plans. So our whole 10-man pitching rotation is kind of up in arms right now for at least 3 positions.
All right, and I also mentioned that you probably had a pleasant surprise at this stage of camp.
Well, I think we've had a few pleasant surprises. I think that Gene Harris, a young man from AA ball, has impressed us very much, either in a starting situation or a relief situation. I think the center field job that David Martinez and Otis Nixon are doing out in the middle there is an outstanding job. So there's going to be some real competition in this camp.
Buck, Marty Peavy, a left-hand hitting catcher, and the right-handed hitter, Mike Fitzgerald, in a battle for the backup role.
Well, they've both been having outstanding springs. Peavy from the left side, Fitzgerald from the right side, both throwing well, and both of them play a variety of positions, and I like that.
That's the story from Buck Rogers, and we'll be back with Blue Jays news right after this.